multiple times during the Jordan trip, I had invited Cara to come do things with us. She still wasn't catching the hint that I was interested in her. On this day, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna go hang out with her friends and see if that makes a difference. We ended up getting lost in the desert for 7 hours.
The poet referred to Petra as the rose-red city, half as old as time. Carved out of the red sandstone, the ancient capital of the Nabatean culture, walking down through the old canyon called the Seek until you come into this great natural plaza where you see the treasury, Kazne, and then down through the ruins of the old city and even on to the monastery and the other places, like the tomb of Aaron, which is some miles away.
I remember him pointing to a distant peak and saying, "This is the location where the prophet Aaron was buried." And thinking like, that is so awesome, the prophet Aaron. He's like Moses' brother. Way cool, I'm going.
So we leave our hotel, get on the bus, head over to the entrance of Petra.
I had my friend Bryce Hockey with me, and he was with one group, and he was trying to get me to go with his group that day. And I was like, no, dude, I want to go hang out with Cara. And he's like, he was upset.
You walk through this big canyon, and then you get to the front, you ride camels. A little Bedouin girl tried to steal my wallet. Then we went to the top of this place, it's called the High Place, and see all of Petra, like for miles. And about 5 mountain ranges away, you can see this tiny little white dome, which someone pointed out was Aaron's tomb, like Aaron, the brother of Moses. And someone made a joke about hiking over there, and we all laughed because it was just so far away and so hot.
It was about time for us to head to lunch.
I think we could just feel something epic was about to happen.
I'm still not entirely sure how I ended up with Dallin and Kyle.
It was almost like a spiritual thing, you know? Like, it was meant to be.
And I kind of liked him at the time for some reason.
Many times people would say like, oh, Kyle would come with you if we could be sure that we're not going to miss the bus, that we can be sure that we're not going to miss a meal, or we're not going to miss class. And in reality, I would often say yes, but I really don't know.
I was excited because I was going to be able to have some more personal time with Cara.
I was under the impression we were getting lunch.
As we were hiking along, Dallin had he spotted this like, they were not very big melons. They were almost like tennis ball shaped, like baby watermelons.
There is a particular variety of gourd that grows there, which is quite poison.
So I ate almost half of one.
One went out into the field to gather herbs and found a wild vine and gathered thereof wild gourds. And so they poured out for the men to eat, and it came to pass as they were eating of the pottage that they cried out and said, "O thou man of God, there is death in the pot." They could not eat thereof.
We find the carcass of a decroding donkey. To say we were a little demoralized at this moment, I think would be a bit of an understatement.
We took a picture of my water bottle because we thought it was funny because I only had like this much water, like 2 inches maybe.
We're starting to realize that we are not going to make it to lunch.
We're in the desert, okay? We're surrounded by red rock, nothing but like maybe some random Bedouins that are looking at us weird.
Yeah, I really just wanted to hike up to Aaron's tomb. So we decided to kind of scramble and scale to the top of the mountain just by making our own path.
The lowest point of the day is when we were just trailblazing up to Aaron's tomb, and I remember there was a small little like gulch, and Cara fell down into the gulch, and I was like, this girl is gonna hate me forever. Like, I thought my chances with Cara were over.
Getting to the top of Aaron's tomb was really cool. Incredible view. We could actually see the place where we were supposed to have eaten lunch.
I started to realize like we weren't going to make it back, and started kind of to panic a little bit, and I got the feeling to turn around and look down the other side of the mountain.
Dallin noticed this like what looked to me like an abandoned white shack.
I knocked on the door.
2 Jordanian soldiers chilling out in their boxers watching like soaps.
We asked if we could have some water, and they gave us little coffee mugs full of water.
I think I was giving them like, do not drink that, because you know we were told not only to drink bottled water in Jordan.
The soldiers in the shack kind of directed us which way we needed to go.
I really had no idea what we were going to do. They didn't give us any more water, so we just started booking it down the mountain, kind of at a light jog, and then it got to a point where we ran out of water. Dallin is about to drink it and then realizes that there's no more left.
There was like 30 seconds of silence where we just sat there.
I will be honest, I kind of teared up a little. I was just thinking like, okay, like I knew we would be fine, or assumed we would be fine, but I definitely didn't know what was going to happen.
Right when we realized that we were out of water, that we heard the rumble of a small truck thing.
We all kind of had that hope, like, okay, wait, is somebody coming? Like, what's going on?
Then this little ATV came over the hill, and we all kind of like got in the path so that they would like have to stop.
Just gave the most convincing puppy dog look that we could possibly give, and they stopped for us, and I think all they said was just get in the back.
It reminded me of the last scene in Indiana Jones, and so I started singing the Indiana Jones theme song, obviously.
Passed some of our friends on the way, which is really funny.
And also we heard this rumbling behind us, and we turn around, and this go-kart flies by us, and on the back is Cara and Dallin and Kyle. And we just look at them like, Cara, what the heck?
Up drives this military vehicle, this ATV, this desert vehicle. And on the back and kind of the little trailer portion of this vehicle are three of our students, Kyle and Dallin and Cara. And they look like they've been crawling through the desert.
When we first got back, I just wanted a Gatorade so bad. I've never wanted a Gatorade more in my entire life. I never got lunch, and I blame Kyle. It is his fault.
Probably my only regret is I didn't get to see the monastery.
Petra was the best, worst thing that has ever happened to me.
I think it was great. I think that's like the only way that we really could have been put in a situation where we became good friends after that.